to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast for our prediction of In Your House. Oh, wait.
Not quite.
This Tuesday in Texas.
No, it's not.
Oh yeah, Stomping Grounds.
Stomping Grounds, yes.
Whatever happened to Backlash?
We don't talk about it.
That's right, it never existed. So,
Never did.
This is Stomping Grounds, Tony. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme, Phil KOE, joined by my indomitable broadcast partner,
Tony G, 3-time champ. Like, share, subscribe. Folks, the day is finally here. We have all been waiting this for hours, which is basically the amount of time they put into this.
Yes, let's be honest, it all went into the Super Saudi Showdown.
It did. Now, here, we could get into the convoluted pay-per-view schedule for days.
That's why I brought up this Tuesday in Texas, is because that's back in 91, I believe, WWE attempted to do weekly pay-per-views,
Yep.
and it's starting to feel like that.
It is. Personally, I'd like to see him go back to 9 to 10 shows a year. If you wanted to do a couple-hour show like an In Your House used to be, we could do that. We could squeeze those in. You could do that with some big matches. But here we have a 9-match card with very little thought put into it. Half the card is rematches that people, as good as they're going to be, didn't want to see.
Yeah, quite a few rematches on this card, actually.
We've got Money in the Bank, WrestleMania, and Super Showdown rematches on this one.
But, being as it may, we watch all the wrestling so that you don't have to here at the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. So, let's get right into it for our backlash. Oh, I'm sorry. Our Stomping Grounds.
Bragging rights or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's over here
So,
somewhere.
There's actually going to be some good wrestling on this card. It's just too bad that the people that have to perform it weren't given the proper time investment to build it up. Because there's a couple matches. Samoa Joe versus Ricochet should be a big time event.
It will be. It's going to be a really good match. But yeah, there was almost no build for this. So unfortunately, I don't see much chance for Ricochet to capture his first singles title here. I got to give this one to Joe.
We will see. Well, let's go on down from the bottom of the card on up. Because, be this as it may, the real headline here is the fact that Phil KOE has another chance of capturing the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast Championship and bringing it home for you, the KOE Nation.
He doesn't.
So, we've got It's a New Day, yes it is, versus Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. Former indie darlings. Who you got here, champ?
You didn't even pick a winner between Samoa Joe and Ricochet.
Well, they're going to be hopefully later on down the card. I hope. Sincerely. They have to be. Please, KOE Nation.
They may end up on the pre-show. Nobody knows how this is going to play out.
Shut your mouth. My God.
All right, the former indie darlings versus the other two members of the New Day. New Day. Sammy and Kevin have been booked into oblivion as a team. New Day.
I hate to agree.
Yep, there it is.
But I'm going to agree. I'd love to see Kevin and Sami Zayn take it, but I don't think they're going to.
No,
so,
not likely.
Moving on up the card, we got Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. This one's going to be a real tough one. I think we should do this on 3. What do you think?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Roman.
Yep. No surprises there. That's just to give him
Ronda
his
by
win back.
arm. Oh,
That's to give him his win back for having to job to Shane. That's all this is.
Jeez. Yes. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah. Most people have. Moving down the line. Cruiserweight title match. Here we go. What do you got?
Nice to retain.
Yeah, there you go.
There's running Nice.
Yep. There's no... Now, Tozawa, I think, right? And Gulak.
As much as I hate to say this, I think you and I are kind of a symptom of the wrestling community as a whole right now. The WWE has not put a lot of time or investment into these shows, and so we don't have a lot of reason to be excited or invested for it.
That's fair.
So we're gonna watch it because,
Well, you cram these shows together.
like Jerry Jarrett's wife once said, wrestling fans are creatures of habit.
They
so
are.
we're gonna watch and we're gonna enjoy, and it's gonna be a good time because in the end of the day, they still put on a good product.
Oh, there's a couple of matches here that could be, sleeper for some of the best matches of the year, but. For the amount of time that they put into this show, I just don't think that they're going to be given enough time in the ring.
I think I might be a little upset that they didn't give Ricochet, Samoa Joe more of a build and more of its due. I think that's more anything else. But
that's probably
moving
fair.
on up the card, we have Bayley versus, here's one that you're going to be excited for, Tony. The Goddess, Alexa Bliss. Who you got in this one, champ?
I actually have a little bit of breakdown here. So, man, I'm a fan of Alexa Bliss. I am. I'm a super mark. I love everything she does. She's good in the ring. She's good on the mic. She looks good. Everything. There's nothing to not like here. Bayley's, she's starting to come into her own a little bit as champion on the go home. Finally getting a little better on the mic as champion. So that's something to look forward to here. I think this boils down to a few things, though. Alexa just got cleared, to do in-ring competition again, right? Which is probably why they've been so heavy featuring her and Nikki Cross as a tag team. It limits her actual in-ring time, and it doesn't make her do all the heavy lifting.
They're doing with her like they did with Sheamus.
Right, they're taking it slow. So it's pretty unlikely that they're going to put the belt on Alexa if they're limiting her in-ring capabilities so far. And besides that, I end up expecting Nikki to cost her the match by accident. I think her and Nikki will go on to maybe even capture the tag titles. But yeah, for now, Alexa's not going to be put in the title picture.
I mean,
I got Bayley to retain.
Alexa and Nikki are good, but the tag titles, I mean, they're not iconic. I mean, come on now.
Not yet.
So
who you got?
I got Bayley retained.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, let's be honest. I don't see a lot of title changes on the lower end of this card.
No, there shouldn't be.
The tag team champions of Rowan and the new Daniel Bryan saving the world again.
But
against
not changing to a hemp title this time.
Give him time. Give him time.
They won't have the titles long enough, but they're not going to lose it here. They're not. No, Heavy Machinery's not ready. But when has that ever stopped them from throwing the titles on a up and coming tag team only to be pushed into oblivion? AOP, anybody?
I was about to say
Revival.
When have they ever not put the tag titles on somebody they should have? I was just about to bring up the Revival, but they're tag champs now. Anyways.
I don't see a title change here.
And they're not even on this card.
Yeah. No, this is going to be a retain. Daniel Bryan, Rowan retain. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't.
Obviously, Daniel Bryan will save the world again.
Yes, by beating Heavy Machinery. You are
correct.
Okay.
Yes. Destroying Heavy Machinery. I mean, it's so beautiful in its symbolism. Daniel Bryan destroying Heavy Machinery. Right. I mean, come on.
Who you got?
Are you making me pick between Daniel Bryan or Rowan? Who's going to get the pin?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Moving along.
So we got the former Betty Two Belts. We got to see her live. We got to see the undisputed women's champion live. That was pretty cool. Versus Lacey Evans.
Rematch.
Just like we wanted to see.
Yeah, hopefully this one goes a little...
Sweltering summer evening.
It is. I don't know. This is the rematch, obviously. And I felt like the first encounter was a little rushed, so I am a little excited to see this play out a little longer, maybe. I just don't know where they're going to go from here if they do put the belt on Lacey Evans. If they put it on her here, who does she feud with? Seriously, who?
I mean, unfortunately, Charlotte's on SmackDown, so they have to move her over because that's the only other person she's had a consistent story with.
There you go. I don't see any opponent for Lacey moving
could
forward.
They could make
it
work.
They could do it, but I just don't think it's going to be worthwhile enough to put it on her here. I don't see it. I've got Becky to retain, I think they've invested a little too much into Becky.
They
to
have.
pull both belts off of her
They have.
this quickly, I think she retains here.
And you're right, but I do think they're going to do it in a way that keeps Lacey strong.
Okay.
So, but yeah, Becky 2 belts is at least walking away with 1 belt, and I could see Becky 2 belts capturing the tag team title so she could get her moniker of Becky 2 belts back.
Okay.
Becky 2 belts was selling merch, and it's an easy shirt.
Fair enough.
So Becky 2 belts is coming back sometime in late 2019 or early 2020. You heard it here first.
Yep.
So
moving over to the U.S. title match that I've already picked. It's obviously Joe to retain, or are you gonna go off script here a bit?
I can't. It's gonna be Joe.
Yeah.
My God, I mean,
there wasn't
I'm
enough.
wanting to bring the title home for the KOE Nation this time.
The only way I could see them putting it on Ricochet here is if they had some plan in place for Ray to have the title that we weren't seeing, that they don't want to give up on. And having it on Joe screws that up. If there's a storyline in place that would screw up, having Ray get injured, that's the only way, and Ricochet's a stand-in.
I could see Ricochet taking the belt if, for example, Joe got injured in his match with Ray, and they haven't fully disclosed the extent of that injury, and they want to get the belt off him for a while. That would be the only circumstance in which I see Ricochet walking with the title.
Yeah.
So
I don't like his chance. So, I'd love to see him get it. I think he's got enough momentum. I think they could pull the trigger on him here, but I don't think they will.
Moving on up the card, we got...
I would assume the
Kofi
WWE
Dolph.
title, yes.
Kofi Dolph,
Yep.
and I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably going to be Kofi for the retaining.
Why?
Because Dolph Ziggler has been such a believable main event player for all these years. And, he's been booked so strong. The fans are so behind him. Would you like me to keep going?
Yes.
Kofi's been selling merch. Whether you like it or not, the merch is a huge factor. Kofi's title reign is not even close to being over.
I think it is close. I don't know where they go to from here. I think he loses the title at SummerSlam.
Oh.
I don't know who he'll face. Honest to God, part of me wanted to pick Dolph Ziggler here.
Well, you should.
I'm very, very tempted. You know what? I am. I'm going to pick Dolph. I more assume...
Shake my hand like a man.
I can't, because it's not a good pick.
My goodness.
I'm going to take Dolph. I actually expect Kofi to drop it at SummerSlam, but I think something is going to happen here. I don't know if we're going to have a New Day heel turn or something stupid here, but something feels amiss. And the promos that Dolph's been cutting, man, if there is a time to pull the trigger on Dolph and
it
give
was
him
5 years ago.
It was. That's why. Why not do it late? Screw it. Dolph Ziggler. You got to have one title change, right?
Well, I think it's going to be in the next match here in the main event. But since you're the champ, I'm going to let you take it. And also, we have a tiebreaker.
We do.
Because we get to say who is going to be the special guest referee. Yep. I'll go first on that one.
Yep.
The conventional wisdom throughout the
This is Seth Rollins, Baron Corbin.
Internet wrestling community for the main event of Seth Rollins, Baron Corbin. Who will be their special guest referee? Because Seth Rollins has been beating up anybody who could be.
He's getting that stone cold baby face bad guy.
They're sure trying.
Yeah, they are trying. They are trying.
So, the conventional wisdom amongst the internet wrestling community is that the special guest referee is going to be Brock Lesnar.
Yep. Makes sense. It'd be a surprise, I guess.
That will be our tiebreaker point, is the Lesnar point.
So are you picking Lesnar?
Yes. I think it makes so much sense storyline-wise.
It does. And it'd be fun to see Brock Lesnar come out in a referee shirt, so on and so forth. Nope. Not going to be Brock. Because if it is Brock, he's going to cash in. He's going to win the title here, right?
Yes. That's why I'm predicting Brock's going to be ref. Who cares who wins one way or the other? Brock's cashing in and winning.
Okay, so you between Baron Corbin and Seth Rollins, you've got
Brock Lesnar.
Lesnar.
We'll see. I'm going to let you predict first, but I think That's my ultimate prediction. I'll predict the match here shortly.
Well, I've got Seth Rollins to win.
Seth Rollins to win.
I've got Seth Rollins to win. Special guest referee, you're close. But Brock's not going to be in the arena that night. But you know who is?
Who's that?
Paul Heyman. And I think he'd look damn good in stripes, wouldn't he?
No.
Yes, he will.
No.
It'll be flattering. He'll look
very
dapper.
Slimming.
There you have it. Paul Heyman could be the greatest referee
of
all time.
You would do probably second only to Shawn Michaels.
Exactly.
As special guest referee.
Yep.
That would be really good.
Yeah.
I still don't think it's going to happen.
I think it's going to happen.
Ultimately, Seth will win. Brock will cash in.
Why pay for Brock Lesnar when you can get his advocate for a fraction of the price?
Because Brock brings the headlines. Him winning Money in the Bank was a big deal.
Yeah, all those headlines to promote this show.
The after-fact headlines are way more important nowadays, and you know it. Brock was getting actual legitimate news headlines because he won Money in the Bank. So,
well, he's not cashing in here. He's not going to be there. Paul Heyman's your special ref. Seth Rollins retains.
I think Seth Rollins retains, but then ultimately Brock cashes in and wins. That's my prediction.
Okay.
So, looks like we've got tiebreaker point.
We've only got one difference here.
And it comes down to Kofi Dolph, which will probably be the pre-show opener.
Yeah, why wouldn't it be? Honestly, I don't like my chances here. It's not good.
I love mine.
You should. You should feel very confident. But this is another throwaway show, and you tend to do very, very well on those.
Oh. It's only because you've been watching the Big Four since you were 4. Okay? That's really what it boils down to. You know how these are booked better than the people working on
It'd be
night.
Nice to have some consistency on the B-level shows. But we can't even get the same name
back
twice.
When it was in your house, and now this is kind of analogous.
In your house, Stomping Grounds.
Woo! Stomping, Texas, whatever. But, all that being said, folks, join us. We will let you know all the happenings of Stomping Grounds this Sunday. Let us know what you like here in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. Join us. We will let you know all the happenings of the world of wrestling here at the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme, Phil KOE. Handing it off to my indomitable broadcast partner,
champion for now, Tony G. I'm in peril, folks. I need your support. Like, share, subscribe. We will see you Sunday for In Your Stomping Grounds. Stomping Grounds.
There we go.
There it is.